Ramakatha Rasavahini, Prema Sudhamritavahini, Sathya Sanatani Dharma Swarupini, Shanti Pradayini Mokshakarini, Ramakatha Rasavahini, Ramakatha Rasavahini.
Sai Ram, everyone. We will start the study circle with 3 Omkarams. Om. 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 Sai Ram, everyone. Just to recollect where we were last week, we are studying the 5th chapter of Ramakatha Rasavahini. We are coming to the end of that chapter. We were studying about Sri Rama and the brothers who, after the pilgrimage, when they returned from the pilgrimage, there were significant changes in their behavior. Sri Rama was very quiet. He stayed in his own room. He did not venture to speak with others. He seemed to be deep in contemplation. The parents were worried. The mothers observed it. They were worried. They didn't know what was happening. They asked the father. The father tried to speak with them. He was unable to find or understand the reasons for them. Though Sri Rama told them that everything was fine, that there was nothing to worry. Then King Dasharatha asked the minister Sumantra whether anything went wrong during the pilgrimage, which was a surprise to the minister Sumantra. He informed the king that there was nothing untoward during the pilgrimage. There were no situations where the children were disappointed. So he also attempted to speak to the 4 brothers, and he realized that they were different from when they were in the pilgrimage with him. So word was sent for sage Vasishta, who came, and when he came, when the boys were requested to come, Sri Rama was not showing any haste. He was taking his time. He was not so keen in coming to. At the request of Lakshmana, Sri Rama came and he spoke to the Rishi Vasishta, who knew that what the state of Rama was. In any case, he asked him that he also should consider practicing the values such as Matru-deva Bhava, Pitru-deva Bhava in the Vedas, for which Sri Rama asked him who is the mother, who is father, and so on. And Sage Vasishta was thrilled. He couldn't contain himself. He left and he said, I will come back later. So that evening he came back, returned, and through the night there was discussions between Sri Rama and Sage Vasishta on very high philosophical topics of Vedanta. And Swami says that they've all compiled into this text, Yoga Vasishta. I think last week we also discussed about shouldn't Rama respect the parents and so on, and everyone was a bit troubled by Rama's behavior because they felt it was not what was expected of a youngster. But sage Vasishta, who when he spoke to Sri Rama, Swami says he mentally bowed down to Rama. And I think one of the problems or challenges which we face is with respect to Avatara Purushas. We try to understand them from our perspective. We also try to interpret their behavior from our point of view. We should understand that Sri Rama, from the questions he asked, he was contemplating and identifying himself as the Atman. At that stage, the worldly relationships, even the parents, guru, do not matter as much, because their understanding and the state of the mind or their presence itself was something beyond the mind. So unless we acknowledge that, Sri Rama's behavior will fall short of in our eyes. And I think we should, that's a challenge anyone would face with Avatara Purusha. Swami has again and again spoken. Sri Krishna has spoken. You all think that just because I have donned the Manusha Vesha or the human body, you may not understand who I am. So I think that's something which we'll have to keep in mind. So that is coming through. And I think as we progress forward, I think that's something which we should always keep in mind. Sri Rama is acting from the state of identification with the Atman. And if we do not understand that, many of his actions may be troubling or even puzzling to all of us. So with those words, I think we will get into the text of Sri Rama, Ramakatha Rasavahini. I will ask Ron, if he's around, to read. Okay, I think this was what I think we read last week. So I will ask Brother Ron to read if he's around. Brother Ron, are you there? I think Beena is here, but not Ron. So any volunteers to read? I will open it up. I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but if there are no volunteers, then it's falling on my self. Okay, maybe I will read. All of a sudden, Rama surprised everyone by asking a series of questions. The Jiva, the Deva, the Prakriti, soul, God, and nature. What is the interrelation between these? Are these three or one? Or are they distinct entities? If one, how did it become three, and for what purpose? What is the unifying principle underlying this? What benefit is gained by recognizing them as different? Giving up the cognition of the unity. The parents were aghast at the profundity of these questions and the tender age of Rama. They became fully merged in the stream of instruction and inquiry that showered precious axioms which shed light on the problems raised, as if heaven answered the questions raised by earth. They forgot that Rama was their own child. The hours of the night rolled by in the analysis and the understanding of the great monistic wisdom. Vasishtha saw that the words that flowed from the lips of Rama were indeed drops of the nectar of immortality, which can ensure peace for mankind. He blessed the king and the queens and returned to the hermitage. The dialogues between Rama and the preceptor form the context of Yoga Vasishtha, a treatise which is meaningful and mellow. It is also referred to as the Rama Gita. So I'll stop here, and if anyone wants to discuss any of the points here, there's quite a bit we can discuss, or we can defer it to another time if no one is interested. I will pause. Sai Ram. So if not, thank you. Maybe we'll proceed. I know because Swami has asked the questions, not necessarily provided answers. So I'm sure the Ramakatha Rasavahini will provide the answers at different points, because Sri Rama will be elaborating on many of these topics, especially when he was in the forest. So I'm sure we will all get to learn the answers from Sri Rama himself. Until then, maybe we can contemplate and meditate on that.
1 minute, Sai Ram.
Yes, Sai Ram.
What is the unifying principle underlying these? That's okay. What benefit is gained by recognizing them as different, giving up the cognition of the unity? How do you interpret this? What benefit is gained by recognizing them as different and giving up the cognition of the unity? Are we getting any benefit by recognizing them as different?
So very good question, Auntie. I think the same question was posed by Sri Rama earlier on also.
Only Sri Rama has to come and answer this question.
So I think it's, I don't know if anyone else would like to comment on it, please. No one is commenting. So I think the Auntie, it's a rhetorical question because this is the way we deal with the world. We treat them as three different entities. And that is a cause that is due to Maya or, ignorance. So basically the question says that we are not going to get any benefit out of it.
Mm-hmm. Sai Ram.
Sorry about the interruption.
Okay.
Sorry, Auntie. So I think Swami is trying to point out that there's no benefit if we differentiate these three. We should always cognize the oneness, unity principle. I think that's what is meant. I'm sure we will get an opportunity to see them later. Thing.
Is there anyone answering this Jiva, Deva, and Prakriti? Jiva, Jagat, Jagadishvara. That is the three things which we always refer to. Is there anyone who is answering this? What's the interrelation? Or should we wait for Swami to answer this?
I think so, Auntie, because it'll be nice because Swami would explain it nicely. I think there are quite a few places in the Ramakatha Rasavahini. Some of these are discoursed by Sri Rama.
Okay, we'll wait.
Sai
Ram, we did the Telugu of this thing.
Yes.
Mani Auntie read it.
Yes, we read it.
Somehow I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
జీవుడన్నా దేవుడన్నా ప్రకృతి అన్నా ఈ మూడింటికి గల సంబంధం ఏమి? I think I read it.
Yes, Auntie.
In fact, we came to the last paragraph.
Yes, Auntie.
There, I think we stopped.
Yeah. So, Beena, we read, so I think the English is reasonably okay based on what we discussed. I know the questions are profound.
Very profound.
Too profound. So I think we'll just, we could, I'm sure all of us have studied here and there, but because it's better to have all the members have some text from Swami, then discussing that would be better. So we will wait.
Okay.
Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
No, I just wanted to remark that this is the first discourse by Sri Rama. The one was in the morning and second one is in the evening. First summer course maybe. But another thing that I noticed was in the earlier section, Sri Rama first draws the difference between the real and the unreal in the first section, which were talking about the 5 elements and why go after the truth. Why should the truth be discarded for the sake of the lie? Right. So draws the difference between the real and the unreal. But in this section, it goes back to say, but it's all the same.
Yes.
Right. What we perceive as the unreal also is is the basis of that also is the same. So I thought that was an interesting contrast between the two sections, or
Yeah,
the
I mean,
two
even if you
discourses.
look at what can the individual gain by ignoring the truth, absolute reality, the Atma. I think that's a question he poses here also.
And in yesterday's discourse, Swami has said that Sat Sat, nor this way, nor that way. He mentioned about it.
Yes.
Because you see the word existing here and it is very, very real to you.
Real. Yes.
And at the same time, it's not real. It's not real at all.
Yes.
It looks as if it is real, but it's not real. Neither this way nor that way. It is in the center, he said, Swami discourse yesterday.
Yes,
Sat Sat, neither Sat nor Asat.
Thank you. I know. So, this is all his teachings are related to that anyway. So we will Anatma and the Atman. We will. I'm sure there'll be enough opportunities as we read this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, is there any volunteers to read? If not, maybe
Sai Ram, I'm here.
Sai Ram,
Sorry I'm late.
please. No problem. Thank you very much. Please read.
Okay. Rama spent his days immersed in Vedanta, communing with himself, talking while alone to himself, silent in company, and often laughing at nothing in particular. Dasharatha grew concerned. He was worried what would happen to the brothers. He sought to keep the younger three apart, but they never agreed to be isolated from Rama, so they had to be left in his company always. The king and the queens were very much depressed, for all their dreams of joy and glory had come to naught. They became desperate, for they saw no signs of recovery or transformation in the sons. They counted hours and minutes, passing the time in anxiety and prayer. Rama had no interest even in food, and so with irregular and indifferent meals, he appeared weak and wasted in health. Sai Ram.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sai Ram.
Auntie, shall we?
ఇటుల వేదాంతమున మునిగి సర్వమును త్యజించి తనలో తాను వదరుచు చేతులు త్రిప్పుచు ఉన్మత్తుని వలె అప్పుడప్పుడు నవ్వుచు ఉన్న చర్యలను చూసి దశరథుడు ఓకే
It's a long one, Auntie. So
I'll split it.
Okay, Auntie.
ఇటుల వేదాంతమున మునిగి సర్వమును త్యజించి.
So in this manner, immersing himself in Vedanta and renouncing everything, giving up everything.
తనలో తాను వదరుచు చేతులు త్రిప్పుచు.
So he's talking to himself, and also he's moving his hands.
ఉన్మత్తుని వలె అప్పుడప్పుడు నవ్వుచు.
Like a person who was mad or who has lost himself to the world. So once in a while he was laughing.
ఉన్న ఈ చర్యలను చూచి దశరథుడు అతనితో మిగిలిన పిల్లలు కూడాను ఏమగుదురో.
So Dasharatha noticed this, and he was worried what would happen to the other brothers, whether they were also going to be affected by this.
అని వారలను వేరు పెట్ట చూచిన.
He tried to separate them from Sri Rama.
వారలు అంగీకరించక నిరంతరము రామునితోనే కూడి ఉండరి.
So they were not accepting that, and they stayed with Rama.
రాజు రాణులు దినదినమునకు విచారంతో కృంగి.
So the king and the queens, day by day, they were affected by the worries and sorrow.
తాము తలంచినవన్నీయో స్వప్న దృశ్యములగునేమో అని.
So they were thinking whether maybe whatever they were observing was nothing but a dream.
మంచి మార్పు ఎప్పుడు వచ్చునో.
The good change, when will it take place?
అని నిమిషములు లెక్కించుచు కాలము గడుపుచుండిరి.
They were counting minutes, and thus they were spending their time.
రాములు కూడాను ఆహారం సరిగా తీసుకొనకుండుటచే
because Rama was not taking food appropriately.
దేహము కొంత బలహీనమైనట్లా కనిపించును.
His body looked a bit frail. So I will stop here.
Weak.
Weak, okay.
Mm.
So Ram, I think it's clear for everyone what we read. Anyone would like to discuss? So the king and queens became again sad, observing, noticing Rama's behavior. I don't know. Sitaram, I used translated the Unmatta as mad. I don't know whether any other word.
Unmat, drunk. I think.
Yeah. Intoxicated.
Intoxicated. Thank you.
Drunk completely.
Mattu padartham.
Mm.
That's if somebody is drunk, a drunkard.
In this context, I think like a mad person is more
I think
appropriate.
so. You know, I didn't know
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I think those movements are description of how Swami also
Yeah.
rotates his hands, right? So,
I wanted to say that. Yes, Sitaram.
yes, and I think it looks like he's describing himself, not very far from his current avatar also. So that's what it reminds.
No, this is what Swami was doing in his young days also, and the parents were really worried.
Those who have seen Swami at his younger age, they have seen this. So Swami used to turn his hands, and sometimes he would be lost. He did not take recognition of anyone around him. He was in his own world sometimes. That we have seen. Can we draw a similarity here?
Yes, sir. Yes. If you have been a witness, you should tell what you thought.
We could not come to a conclusion. We could not. And he would say, in his fingers, he would draw like that.
Yes, sir.
And people would say that he is drawing the destiny of
someone,
some souls which were to be born. That was our own interpretation. It was not proper for us to say so many things about Swamis. Yeah.
Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Sister Maha.
Sai Ram, brother. Here it's saying that sometime Rama laughing at nothing in particular. So I want to know if Swami did this one too?
Yes, son.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes. He would he will burst out, he will try to cover his laughter sometime, but we don't know at what.
Oh, he just laugh.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I witnessed your side. Yes, Sister Beena.
Saravanna, just wanted to mention here for the common people, for us, I wouldn't say common people, but for
all of us.
Generally all of us, yes. Once you're immersed into the Vedanta, means that your all 5 chakras, you are awakening one by one from the navi to the head, all 5 chakras. Now, once the Agni is prajvalit, your appetite goes suppressed. So this is the Vedanta itself. This is how it happens in the body. So I'm just thinking about that. Of course, it's Prabhu Shri Rama, so it shouldn't be in that case. But if we just associate with the mankind here, this is what we learn in that case. That's all I have to say.
So what do you think of people who eat a lot, Veena?
That you have to ask people who eat a lot. Um, yeah. On
Okay.
that note, I just want to say that one should be eating if you have your two palms together and whatever in the palm can have it, that much only the food should be consumed. That is the sannyasi way, and that is the right way. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Veena. So anyone else would like to speak? Sister Maha, you still have a question, or maybe you didn't bring down your hand? Okay, thank you. If no one has something, maybe we will proceed. I know there's so much, we don't have enough material to discuss, but I'm sure it'll become clear as we progress. Okay, Sai Ram. So we're going to chapter 6 of Ramakatha Rasavahini in English, chapter 5 in Telugu.
Yeah, I mean to.
Please, Ron, please go ahead.
Yaga Samrakshana.
Yes.
Sai Ram. During those days in the region east of Ayodhya, the royal city, the sage Vishwamitra was engaged in rigorous asceticism. He resolved upon a holy rite known as yajna. But however often he inaugurated it, the demons desecrated the rite and fouled its sanctity. They showered pieces of flesh on the sacred area and made it unfit for such Vedic ceremonies. In many other ways, too, they cast obstacles and halted the holy mission. Vishwamitra was at his wit's end. He went to the capital city of the empire, Ayodhya, to meet the ruler himself. When reports arrived of the coming of the sage, the king sent his ministers to bring him with due honors to into the palace. They welcomed him at the city gate and accompanied him right up to the palace door. At the palace, Brahmins recited Vedic hymns, while Dasharatha washed his feet, and, as laid down in the sacred texts and as is customary in reception of sages, he sprinkled upon his own head drops of the water so sanctified. Vishwamitra was led into the inner apartments and seated on a high chair, with the members of the royal court standing reverentially around him. "This is indeed a great day," exclaimed Dasharatha. He expressed his joy at the unexpected arrival of the holy personage and the opportunity he gained to serve and honor him. Vishwamitra directed the king and the ministers to sit, and they obeyed. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Ron. Thank you. Auntie, we will read the Telugu.
ఆ దినములలో అయోధ్యకు తూర్పు దిశయుందున్న అరణ్యములో
At this time, place, Durpa means east, Auntie.
ఈస్ట్
Okay. At east of King Ayodhya, the city of Ayodhya.
ఆ అరణ్యములో విశ్వామిత్ర మహర్షి ఘోర తపస్సు చేయుచు
In that forest, Vishwamitra had undertaken very rigorous penance.
ఒక పవిత్ర యాగమును ప్రారంభించెను.
He began a sacred fire ritual.
ఎన్ని పర్యాయములు ప్రయత్నించినను,
However, how many times he attempted,
దానికి అసురులు అడ్డు తగిలి విఘ్నములు కలిగించుచుండిరి.
Asura, so the demons, were creating obstacles and were interfering with it.
అపవిత్రము చేయుచుండిరి.
They make them unsacred, or they were desecrating the place.
ఆ ప్రదేశములో మాంసపు ముక్కలను తెచ్చి చల్లుచు
They brought meat pieces and they sprinkled them.
విశ్వామిత్రుని యాగమును నానా రీతుల ధ్వంసము చేయుచుండటచే
They were trying to trouble, so they were destroying the yajna in various ways.
విశ్వామిత్రుడు చేయునది లేక దీర్ఘాలోచన సలిపి
So Vishwamitra unable to do anything, unable to find anything to do, he contemplated for long.
సరాసరి ప్రయాణమై అయోధ్య నగరమును చేరెను.
He went to the city of Ayodhya.
మహర్షి ఆగమనమును తెలుసుకుని,
knowing about the arrival of the rishi,
మహారాజు మంత్రులను అంపి
so he sent the ministers, the king sent the ministers.
వారిని తోడుకొని రమ్మని ఆజ్ఞ చేసెను.
He asked them to bring the rishi. He commanded them to do so.
రాజాజ్ఞ ప్రకారము పురసింహ ద్వారమునకు వెళ్ళి,
as commanded by the king, they went to the main gate.
స్వాగతమునర్చి
they welcomed the rishi.
రాజభవనమునకు తోడుకొని వెళ్ళిరి.
They brought him to the palace.
రాజభవనములో మహర్షి రాకకై సర్వసిద్ధములతో కాచిన మహారాజు,
so the king who was waiting with very ready for everything for the rishi's arrival.
దశరథుడు బ్రాహ్మణులను స్వస్తివాచకములు చెప్పుచుండ,
as the Brahmins were chanting auspicious mantras,
ముని పాదములు కడిగి
the king washed the feet of the rishi.
శాస్త్రీయ విధిని రాజ సంప్రదాయములను అనుసరించి,
following what was dictated by the scriptures and also following the traditions of the royal traditions.
జలమును శిరస్సున ప్రోక్షించుకొని,
he sprinkled that water on his head,
లోనికి తీసుకొని పోయి
taking it inside,
ఆసనమునపై కూర్చుండబెట్టి,
he took him and made him sit at a raised seat.
ఈనాడెంతయో సుదినము.
Today is a great sacred day. Auspicious day.
తలవని తలంపుగా మహనీయులు మా భవనమును ప్రవేశించి,
unexpectedly, such a great personage as you have come to our home.
సేవలు గొనుట మా భాగ్యము.
And accepting our worship is our fortune.
అనేక విధముల విశ్వామిత్రుని రాకను గురించి,
in many ways, regarding the arrival of Vishwamitra,
ఆనందించుచుండ విశ్వామిత్రుడు రాజును మంత్రులను కూర్చునుట ఆజ్ఞాపించెను.
the kings and the ministers who were so overjoyed by this, Vishwamitra commanded them to sit down.
ముని ఆజ్ఞను శిరసావహించి వారి వారి ఆసనములపై వారు ఆసీనులైరి.
Obeying the command of the sage, all of them took up the seats.
Yeah. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, everyone. So a new chapter in the story of Rama, the arrival of sage Vishwamitra to ask help with the protection of his yaga, which was being disturbed by the demons. So I will stop here. If anyone would like to discuss any of the points, we can. Please go ahead. Yes, Ron, please go ahead.
Sai Ram. Near the end of the first paragraph, we have the short sentence, Vishwamitra was at his wit's end. I do find this an interesting sentence, given the great powers that Vishwamitra has. So I just put it there because I consider this incident to be more a plot device in terms of getting Sri Ram to show his great glory than Vishwamitra being helpless in the situation. But I don't want to be a spoiler. I just thought I'd put it out there. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you. Anyone else would like to comment? Yeah, so sometimes in most cases, all avatars have taken place when devas and the rishis went and complained to the Lord to come down and protect us. So he comes for Bhakta Samrakshana, Dharma Sthavana, and so on. So I think there are some things only the Lord can do. And I think that also, how much ever one may even accomplish through great tapas, there are limitations to what a human being can do. I think that also comes. So thank you, Ron. Yes, Beena, please go ahead.
Saravan, I have a question here. Just for my own knowledge that Sage Vasishta and Vishwamitra's ashram was in the region of that same around the Ayodhya. That's my question. And the second one, I am thinking that did any one except the Vishwamitra before that one? It's because this demons must be throwing the flesh in the yagna and all these things must be happening before also. Did anyone before Sri Rama tackle this, like any king or in any lineage or something like that? I would like that to know. Thank you.
Thank
Sai
you.
Ram.
Thank you very much, Beena. Anyone would like to answer the question Beena asked? So I think first question is, was Vishwamitra Vasishta's neighbor? Maybe anyone can ask, answer that question. If no one is attempting, so though it's not part of the Ramakatha Rasavahini, Sage Vishwamitra was King Kaushika, and he was ruling a city. He was ruling a country close by, and during one of his expeditions in the jungles, they got tired and they went to visit. They went to Sage Vasishta's ashrama, and Sage Vasishta was able to feed all of them using Kamadhenu's help. And of course, that time the king was surprised that the sage had such resources, and he felt these resources are much better suited for a city. So he asked Sage Vasishta, saying, I think you're wasting this cow here, give it to me. And Sage Vasishta told him, you can take her if you wish. And when King Kaushika tried to take the cow away, the cow created warriors who basically decimated the army of Kaushika. That's when he realized his power as a king was of no use in front of the power of Rishi. So then he took the challenge of becoming himself a Brahma Rishi like Vasishta. That is how he became a Rishi. So from that you can realize that he was in proximity, in a proximal place to Sage Vasishta. And of course, by this time, I'm sure Sage Vasishta had recognized him as a Brahma Rishi. But still, he was also struggling to face the demons and their antics. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, Brinda, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, brother. So the first paragraph. So this Rishi Vishwamitra, he would have prayed. Being a great Rishi before starting this yajna, right? That it should go well, like any other ordinary human beings. When we do any auspicious things or any yajna, we pray that it should go on well. So in this case, why it didn't go well, and then why he didn't have the firm faith that it'll go well. That's why demons were, um, giving all this trouble to him.
Thank you very much, sister. Very, very good question. Anyone who would like to answer? Was the Rishi's prayers not as powerful? A great Rishi, he had command of mantras and prayers and things like that. Couldn't he find something that he could not stop the kings? And as Ron would say, was at his wit's end that he had to come to Sri Rama. And was his prayer not very strong, or it was fruitful, that the Lord didn't protect? I think that's a question. I think Beena also asked, were there similar situation in the past? Were any king able to overcome those demons? I think that's another question. If anyone would like to answer this. So, Sister Brinta, maybe no one is answering. So, I think it'll come. The thing is, human agency has limitations, number one. Number two, there is a time and circumstances at which even the divine grace will flow. Sometimes we are also impatient, we want to do things today. But the Lord has his own timetable, just the way when Vasishtha called, Sri Rama took time to come. So even he was a great devotee. So I think the Lord answers according to his own time, at his own will. And the grace, it came in person in this case, as you can see later on. God came in person to deal with the problem. That was the avatar all about. So the Lord comes only due to prayers. It is just that sometimes we pray and we hope the result to materialize right away. I think you need to have patience. Saburi. That means we should patiently wait for the Lord. Once we hand it over to him, our job is to patiently wait and continue to pray. That's what I would say. I don't know. Anyone else would like to comment? Sai Ram, Sai Satish.
Sai Ram, just wanted to add what you are saying. I think Swami would say he's called Vishwamitra because he is the Mitra, the friend of the whole Vishwam, of the whole earth. And what is he doing the yajnam for? To attain Loka Kalyanam and Devanugraham, God's grace. What better way to get God's grace than to get Rama himself? So if we see, in one way, no doubt he is coming to King Dasharatha, but whom is he coming for? He is very clear when he comes and asks there also, we will see where he is asking for Lord Rama only. So that way means we can say, take it a story within a story in the sense, Sage Vishwamitra becomes the reason why Lord Rama not only goes to his ashram and blesses him with the fulfillment, he also becomes an instrument to take him to Mithila, and then the marriage with Mother Sita happens. So there are several reasons when somebody like Sage Vishwamitra, who has been called as Brahma Rishi by Sage Vasishtha himself, when they do it in perfect alignment with the divine will, and they become a reason for the story to go on. Of course, it is very interesting that that same Brahma Rishi who takes Rama and Lakshmana, and on the way he teaches Bala, Ati Bala. So I don't know how much Brahma Rishi can fall into the Maya when being in the presence of the Lord, because he very well knows that the Lord is the solution to his problem, but at the same time he's also giving a solution to the Lord. So that is an interesting part of when you go closer to the Lord, how you can fall into the Maya aspect. But for now, we can say that in the larger scheme of things, no doubt the protection of Sage Vishwamitra's ashram was one of the things, but it was an incidental outcome in the overarching plan that Lord Rama had come for. So just wanted to add that, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. I don't know, Sister Brinta, whether your question was answered. I think, Veena,
Yes, brother. Yes, Sai Ram. Yes,
Sai
very
Ram.
nice. Yes.
So as you can see, his prayer was very fruitful, but fruitful the way the Lord distributed it. Yes, Veena, your question. Okay, I will let Sitaram say something there. Yes, Sitaram, please.
Hi, Ramanna, thank you. One other observation is, I think in our lives also, if we see whenever there is a difficulty which is coming our way, I think it is opening a door to meet the Lord. It's God's reminder that I'm coming. It's like how Vishwamitra felt that, okay, I need to go to Ayodhya when he faced this difficulty. If we see even each of our lives here, how did we get in connection with Swami at a very physical level is, at least my case, out of poverty, we cannot study in India at that point of time. You cannot complete your degree out of poverty. So there is something called free education. So that is, poverty is a difficulty from the worldly sense, but that was the door which gave way to meet somebody like Swami, an avatar. So when a difficulty comes, I think it's just showing us a lesson that the difficulties are actually real visiting cards of Swami, and they are the real miracles in our life. And I think Vishwamitra is on his way to meet the Lord here. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sitaram. So, Sai Ram, Veena, for your question, were there other instances? In most situations similar to this, only the Lord had to come down. All the avatars and the manifestation of the Lord, according to Sanatana Dharma scriptures or Puranas, are reasons when the Lord had to come down, which is what Krishna vouchsafes in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanirбhavati Bharata. So whenever there is Dharma is not prevalent, or it's not, it's dwindling in practice, the Lord comes down. And that is his mandate, if you want to put it. And that is his job. The commander of commanders have to come. That's what I would say. Which Swami has spoken quite a few times in some of the discourses. He says when there's a small problem, some inspector or SP from a small place is good enough. But when there's a major crisis, the DIG or the IG, Inspector General, has to come. So it's similar to that. The Lord had to come down to quell some of the problems which others cannot handle. So I think the other rishis also were capable, but there are times when it's beyond them too. Okay, so thank you. I hope that anyone else would like to share any thoughts, please. If not, we'll see what happens. One more, Ron. Go ahead.
Sai Ram. The sage graciously inquired about the health and welfare of the king and royal family, and about the peace and prosperity of the kingdom. He asked him whether his reign was marked by strength and security, and whether his government was ensuring the continued progress of his subjects. Dasharatha replied that as a result of the grace of God and the blessings of saints and sages, his subjects were dutifully and gladly engaged in their several tasks without fear of failure, and that the administration had before it the steady promotion of the welfare of the people. He said that his government was serving the people in many ways to promote and preserve their happiness and security. Dasharatha yearned to know the reason for the sage's arrival. He assured him that he was ever ready to fulfill his least desire. He declared with great devotion that he will discharge earnestly any duty that the sage may cast upon him. He was only waiting to know what he could do for him. Vishwamitra nodded his head in approval.
Yeah.
Sai Ram.
Thank you very much.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Auntie.
Anta విశ్వామిత్రుడు దశరథుని కుశల ప్రశ్నలు గావించి,
So sage Vishwamitra inquired about the welfare of Dasharatha,
పాలనా విధానమును కెట్టి ఇక్కట్టును లేక
that there are no obstacles or for the performance of protecting I think Palana, yeah.
in governing the country.
Governance. Palana Vidhamana, governance, Auntie?
Yeah.
Governance, thank you.
ప్రజాక్షేమములకు ఎట్టి కొరతయు లేక
That there are no, nothing lacking for the citizens.
రాజ్యము సుఖశాంతి భద్రలతో సాగుచున్నదా?
Is your kingdom endowed with joy and peace and security? Is it so? That's what was his question.
అని రాజ్యస్థితిని ప్రజాక్షేమములను విచారించెను.
He asked about the state of the kingdom and also the welfare of the citizens.
అందుకు దశరథుడు దైవానుగ్రహము చేతను మహర్షుల ఆశీర్వాదముల చేతను,
Then the king said, Dasharatha said, that due to the grace of the Lord and the blessings of great rishis,
రాజ్యమున ఎట్టి అశాంతియును లేక,
that there's no peacelessness in the kingdom,
ప్రజలు తమ తమ కర్తవ్యములను చక్కగా నిర్వహించుచున్నారనియు,
that all the citizens are performing their respective duties without very well,
పరిపాలన కూడాను ప్రజాక్షేమమునే లక్ష్యమందు ఉంచుకొని,
even the government is also keeping the welfare of the citizen as the primary goal.
తగిన రీతిగా సేవలు చేయుచున్నదనియు విన్నవించెను.
So he let him know that all the services accordingly, appropriately were being conducted.
అంత దశరథుడు రాజోచిత ఉపచారములను గావించి,
The king extended great royal hospitality.
తమ రాకకు కారణం ఏమనియును,
What is the reason for your arrival?
మహర్షి అభీష్టమును తీర్చుటలో మహారాజు సర్వసిద్ధముగా ఉన్నాడనియు,
that the king was ready to perform any action based on the desire or wishes of the rishi.
తన వలన మహర్షికి చేయవలసిన సేవలేవియన్నను,
whatever the seva or service required by the rishi and what he has to perform.
Sorry, I think I should have read. సేవలేవి అయినను ఉన్న శిరసావహించి,
that he will obey them.
Whatever service he needed. నెరవేర్చగలని భక్తి శ్రద్ధలతో పలుకుచున్న పలుకులకు,
that he will complete them with devotion and determination. Thus, when he said that,
విశ్వామిత్రుడు తల ఊపుచు చిరునవ్వులతో జవాబిచ్చినాడు.
So Vishwamitra smiled and gave him the response.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you very much, Auntie.
No problem.
Sai Ram, everyone. We can discuss what we read. So nothing much has happened. It's as than Dasharatha promising to do whatever is needed as the sage wished. I think one thing which I found, even though Vishwamitra was in trouble and he needed help, he made sure that he also inquired about the kingdom and the citizens. So before broaching the subject on which he had come. And so I think they maintained the decorum and the proper behavior in every situation. Both the king and the rishi, both of them are exemplifying how we should also, I think, in our lives conduct when even there are big problems. We should also make sure that others are also doing well before we even seek others' help. I think those are things which are coming through, which all of us can follow.
King Dasharatha, little did he realize when he promised what sage Vishwamitra is going to ask. He just offered his services sincerely to the sage Vishwamitra. Whatever he needed, he was ready to do. So first, he gave that promise.
Yeah, he's pretty good at giving promises, isn't he? But yes, Beena, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, in those days, Vishwamitra and all other sages, they were so powerful in their field, and being a warrior and a powerful, Vishwamitra is asking after how the government, how it is running the whole thing. I find it that nowadays, if you see the current time, it's kind of a lacking about all this thing. Just wanted to mention that it's not done, this practice nowadays. Somehow we are lacking in that field. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Beena, thank you. Anyone else would like to share your comments, please? Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sai Ram, brother. See, Dasharatha saying in regards to the God grace, everything is doing well, but he's adding something with the blessing of saint and sages. What is trying to tell us on this? Or what is the saints and the blessing of these sages?
Sages. I think your question is, it's superfluous that we don't need the blessings of the rishis when we have the grace of God.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, I will open it up for discussion. Sai Ram, anyone would like to discuss? Do we need rishis' blessings if God's blessing is there? I think that's the question. So if no one goes, maybe I will attempt, sister. In this world, not only the gods and the rishis, even of people around and animal kingdom also we need. So the reality is there's an interdependency between every human being, what they do and what they interact with this in this world. But I will not go into the other two category, but rishis are the ones who have given us all the shastras. So that itself is their blessing. Because of their words which we study and put into practice, that we are able to conduct. So the thing is, the rishis become instruments of the Lord also. And so because of that, their help and support and blessing is also equally needed. And that's what is being acknowledged by King Dasharatha. So the study of all the scriptures, the agamas, which we use, the don'ts and do's, Raja Dharma, everything, is something the rishis has blessed us with. So he's acknowledging that at all times. So I will just, Sita Ram has his hand up, so I will ask Sita.
Hi, Ramanna. Just adding to what you said, Daivanugrahamu is something which we cannot see pratyakshanga, while that Daivanugraham you are able to see through the guidance you're getting from rishis. So both Paroksham and Pratyaksham, I think he's acknowledging, like you said, just adding few more words to that. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sita Ram.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Auntie.
We sometimes say in Tamil also, Periva Ashirvadam. That is also here, it means like that. Not only God's grace, but our elders who bless us sincerely. That is also very much, it's counted. So we always bow to our elders to get their blessings. That I think here it means that's also what I have understood. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you. Yes, Sai Satish.
Ramana, just adding to it, it's Deivam Manusha Rupena is Rishi, and for the kings, that's where you have Kula Guru and all of that. So the closest to God in a tangible form becomes the sages and seers. So that's where always invoking, that's why we have Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So the Guru is the one who shows the Devam on the inside while manifesting, seeing the manifestation on the outside. So they become a very important conduit. If it's for an individual itself, then obviously at the samashti level, all the more the importance of them. And that's where I think as much as we have Deva Rinam, we also have Rishi Rinam. So offering that gratitude to them is very important. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Yes, Sister Vani.
Sai Ram, brother. So I think, it's a great segue to our revision questions, but just wanted to add that it is in order to earn God's grace, I think it's the rishis who would tell us what to do, how to make our effort. So I think we need their blessings as well.
Thank you very much,
I think-
sister. So now your instruction is that we should go to the questions. So we will go to the questions. I think it's 10 o'clock. Yes, Sister Shivani.
Sorry, Sister Aruna wants to say something.
No. Go ahead, sister.
I just want to add what I'm seeing in this paragraph, of course, what everybody has discussed. But I see, like, keeping today's perspective, that Dashra was a great leader. He was a servant leader without knowing what, Rishi will ask. He just offered that I will do, discharge earnestly any duty. So without knowing, because many times we think we are leader, but we need to know what other person is coming to us and, hey, I will see if I can help. But Dashrata, if something, what I see is a great servant leader, that without knowing what, sage is going to ask, he said, I will definitely, discharge my duty. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Sister Aruna, you had something to say?
Yeah, Sai Ram, brother. So thank you so much. But I got a understanding of how you have said that rishis are like an instrument Lord used. So the grace may be flowing from
Through them.
Yes. So, yeah. So it's a blessing kind of. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, sister. So Sai Ram, everyone. So today's discussion will stop here. We have some couple of questions which is being put together by the quiz team in preparation for the upcoming retreat. And so I will hand it over to Sister Vani and Brother Ron to ask the questions. Sai Ram.
I will just ask Brother Ram.
Okay, sister.
Sai Ram, I'm prepared.
Go
Good.
ahead.
So just as context again, this is a bit of review for us because it's covering material which we've already studied in the Ramakatha Rasavahini and in sort of spiritually preparing us for the retreat in early July. So we'll see if we can do two questions. We'll start with one and see where it goes. It's from chapter 1, in which Swami had written this sentence. With regards to spiritual attainments, it says, the effort of the individual is but half of the pursuit. The other half consists of the grace of God. And the question which we're asking based on that sentence is, how do we know when to apply our own effort and when to rely on God's grace in attaining spiritual fulfillment? Again, I'll ask the question, how do we know when to apply our own effort and when to rely on God's grace in attaining spiritual fulfillment? Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Ron. So Sai Ram, everyone. So it's a question, it's a question so that we can practice in our own life. When do we say, okay, Lord, I have done my job, now it's yours? Or so something of that sort. So I will open it up for anyone to share your thoughts. Sai Ram. It looks as if everyone has allowed the Lord to interfere. Okay, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, brother. So I think I would start with the effort. I think once Swami said that when you plow your field and then you just get the rain of grace of God. So I think we should start with our effort. And then the God's grace is always there. It's just that we need to make our own effort to turn the pot upward so that we can get God's grace.
Thank you, sister. Yes, Sai Satish.
Hi, Ramana. So I think again the same adding to what Sister Vani mentioned and what Swami also has composed that song Yatna Prayatnamu Manava Dharmamu Jayapajayamu Deivadinamu. In terms of effort and counter effort, that is all is there in that is all the dharma of the humankind, and whether it is victory or defeat that comes out, it's all in the hands of the Lord. So they say that there is this bird that is flying across this ocean. It is flying with all the effort that it can put from its wings. It is flying and flying, and now slowly after a long journey that it has flown, then now its wings are tired, but it still keeps putting its effort. And then after some time, it realizes that it doesn't have any more strength to fly across, and it's very, very tired. It starts losing height. It's about to fall into the ocean. And at that point in time, there is a ship that comes by, and all that the bird needs to do is perch itself on the mast of the ship, and the ship goes across the ocean. So at that point of putting in all the effort, that's all the bird can do, and it does with all of it that it has, and then finally it's left to God. So it is more like pray means do all the effort as if everything is in your hands, and pray with all the feeling that everything rests in God's hands. So we do everything with the feeling that we have given our best, and then leave the rest to Swami. I'll stop at that. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Satish. Anyone else would like to share your thoughts, please? Yes, Sitaram, please go ahead.
Ramana. So one other perspective is every story, every chapter that we are reading in this Ramayana, Ramakatha Rasavahini, we are seeing that Dasharatha was not having children. He had to put some effort through Putrakameshti Yajna. Then now if you see Vishwamitra is facing some difficulty, he is putting some human effort in reaching out to Ayodhya and requesting Dasharatha for Rama's help. So every story that Swami is narrating in this is clearly showing that there is some effort that man has to put in place so that God will see whether to give that Jayapajayamu. And I think Swami also mentions in many of his discourses about a plate of food can be placed in front of you, but your hand has to go to the plate and feed it inside the mouth, and you have to chew it and digest it so that you'll get the energy out of it. So I think it starts with us, and then it continues with the flow of the grace. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much. Anyone else has something to say? Oh, Sai Ram, Sister Shivani.
Try based on our study circle on Sundays that who is doing the efforts, who is doing the action, who is doing the thinking, right? If we think who is doing it and who is that big I is, then something comes to my mind, that quote I may not remember, start the day with love, fill the day with love. And so when you're starting, of course, if we keep him in totally in our mind, so the efforts, the grace is everything is him. So who is making the effort, whose grace is this? His grace is always with us, and keep him whatever we do. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, sister. Thank you. Anyone else would like to?
Sai Ram, brother.
Yes.
Swami always said, like, if you keep one step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards you. So without we are taking a step, we cannot earn the Lord grace. So we have to do our part to earn the grace. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you, sister. Yes, Sister Sumati.
Yes, Sai Ram. God's grace is like sunlight. There's no partiality. The sunlight is everywhere. So it's our duty to open the doors and windows to get the sunlight inside. It's like that. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, auntie.
Human effort is very important, but at the same time, while doing any action, we should not think that we are doing it. We are not the kartrus. We are not the kartrus, not the bhoktas. And second point is, do in everything as a nishkama karma without expecting any desire from it. I mean, result from it. God's grace will definitely come to such an action which is undertaken by a person without expecting any fruit from that action. I think God's grace will always be there for such actions. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sister Brenda.
Yeah, it's maybe just a summary of this. So I feel that whatever we do, the effort we take, we offer it to Swami, then, it is up to him to accept it or not, I guess. So,
Thank you very much, sister. Anyone else? Yes, Sister Maha.
Sai Ram, brother, even though when we write any exam or anything, first thing we had to study very well, and we pray to God without any obstacles. We had to complete the exam, so we had to try our best first. We cannot go and pray to God to pass this exam, so we had to study first, then we pray to God. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, sisters. Anyone else has any answers? So I think, Ron, can you just ask the question once again, please?
Certainly. How do we know when to apply our own effort and when to rely on God's grace in attaining spiritual fulfillment?
Thank you very much. So I think Ron's question is about spiritual fulfillment. Should you desire for spiritual fulfillment? It's the first question. And so in the answer also, and the reason why the question was asked, Swami says half is human effort, half is God's grace. So Swami is talking about human effort also. Yes, we are all doing whatever, even sadhana, through His grace. But is there a role, and how long and when we should apply? And when do we know that we have made our effort and then wait? There was mention of one step. Should we just take one step and then wait for the Lord to come? That's our job is done. And I think that also we have to consider. But Swami says half. So that means we have to take 50 steps and he takes 50 steps. So those are the questions. If no one has anything to say, I'm going to put Sitaram on the spot. Korina Rediyo, you can, Sitaram, Sathya.
Sorry, Anna, which one?
Korina Rediyo, Korkunda.
Oh, కోరినదేదియో కోరినే కోరితివి
Yes.
కోరిక నెగ్గెడు దాకా పట్టుదల మానకుండు.
Exactly. So it's a padyam. I think I just put Sitaram.
I'll try to fetch it up within 1 minute. Give me some. You can explain the meaning meanwhile.
I will explain the meaning. See, Swami says, Swami's own padyam. Korina Dediyo means whatever you ask until you are given. Don't give up. If you hold on to something, don't leave until the blessing is received. So the thing is, until the grace starts flowing, you have to pray. You have to do whatever you have to do. So I think sadhana, which we do for spiritual fulfillment, is to yearn for the Lord to come and bless us with that. But that is our effort to pray. See, sometimes we say, oh, it's Swami's grace, I am not able to pray. The human people say, I'm very busy. That's also his grace or something like that. But, we are unable to find time, or if, some obstacles come our way. And I think that's why Sri Rama Swami in his first chapter said, human beings have half effort. But we have to reach out to the Lord, and the Lord has to reach out to pull us up. Until the hands meet, we have to stretch our hands. Is my understanding. But that comes through in that padyam, which I put it there on the spot to say. I also have it, but I don't want to attempt and make a mistake.
Sai Ram, brother.
Yes,
What
sister.
to ask also is very much important,
So
right?
in this, we are asking only one thing, sister: spiritual fulfillment. Okay, let us not go into worldly stuff. Then we are into a territory which it's too complex. This is
Yes.
only spiritual fulfillment. That's why
Sure.
it's very important. So let us keep all the other results, other fruits out. We are only asking for spiritual fulfillment. What is our role and what is God's role? I think that's the question. So I will just stop.
Again, the spiritual fulfillment, you are referring to realize ourselves as Atma and merge with the Lord, right? That is the spiritual fulfillment. Is there anything else we're referring to? No, right?
Swami is referring to, I think, only that, sister. I think everyone has to go
Okay,
and read.
great. Thank
First
you.
chapter.
Thank you. I got
First
it.
chapter of Ramakatha Rasavahini.
Sai.
Swami is talking about. Anyway, it's not there. Means anyway, next time we will start the sessions with that. It's but for 10:17 we'll close the session. So I think short answer through that padyam. I think Swami has explained that padyam. He says when you ask for the Lord to come, until the Lord comes, you have to persist. We have to persist. We can't say, "Oh, the Lord, you have to make me persist." Then everyone in the world also will do the same thing. So there is some effort on our part, human effort. But God will, of course, God has helped us with that also. That's what Vishwamitra is doing here, as you can see. He made all his efforts and it failed. Now he has come directly to ask the Lord to help. Until the Lord comes and says, I'm here and I'm going to do, he is not going to stop. And he was able to fight with Dasharatha also. We'll come across. So that's the story of Vishwamitra setting the example for this. Okay, Sister Maha, you have.
Very sorry, brother.
Okay, Sai Ram. Sai Satish, I think you will be the last word.
Oh, Sai Ram, sorry. I don't have the Padyam full thing, Anna, but I know that it goes Korine Dediyo, Korine Koritivi, Adigine Dediyo, Adigine Adigitivi. It goes that way. But then it ends on a note, Bhaktula Diksha Kadu, where Swami says that it is not either you should ask out so many times that out of disgust God should give it to you, or you should fall down and die there giving up your life asking for it. Going back is not the mark of a devotee.
Yes.
That is how Swami ends that. So just wanted to add that the pattudala, or in terms of asking the Lord, it should be so strong and one pointed that God should just give it off. You have asked so intensely that his karuna rasa flows to you and gives it to you, or you just drop at his feet and let go of your life asking for it. So if we can do with that yearning and intensity, then the yogasya kshemam is ensured. So just wanted to add that. Sai Ram.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sai Satish. That's why I just wanted to read the Padyam and explain, because otherwise, then it's full. That's the reason.
Next
Just
we
a
will start with that.
question, maybe for the next time. Do we need to ask?
Okay, sister, if people feel they don't need to ask, the question we have to ask is, are we asking anything in this world? See, the thing is, we ask for so many things in this world. When we say we're asking, we want money, so we go and work. We want food, so we go and shop. That's also asking. See, the thing is, sometimes we think we are not asking. Everything which we are doing is asking. But then spirituality comes, we'll say, oh, we don't need to ask. But we want a job, we want an increment, we want salary, we ask. This is called inappropriate use of philosophy.
No, my question is, so when you are on a spiritual path, of course, what you are saying is a worldly, but when you're on spiritual path, you realize your mind and body. I'm just kind of summarizing something and getting confused. You are on your spiritual path and basically meditating or telling yourself your just mind and body is just your tool. Just use it when it's rare. But you and Lord are one. So you are on that path. You are continuing. So when is you have time to ask? I mean, you're working towards it. Isn't the Lord knows we are part of him. We are spark of him. So he knows, I don't know. I'm a bit confused. Like, do I need to really ask or I need to just work on it?
Sister, this false philosophy has confused so many people. That is not studying what Swami has told properly. Okay, this is a problem. We think I am the Atman. If you just say I am the Atman, you don't become the Atman.
True.
Your daily life should reflect it. See, once you are Atman, you will be like Rama. If somebody calls also, you will not move out of your room. Until that stage,
you need
we have not, we will delude thinking that we are working on it. So it requires a lot of effort. And so I think we will start the next session with the Padyam. And I think everyone, all of us, yes, we are the Atman, but we have not realized it experientially. And that requires a lot of effort. Even for that effort, meditation is not the thing. Okay, going and doing seva is not the only thing.
There's a lifestyle you live with.
It is, but the thing is, you have to experientially realize. For you to experientially realize, Swami says, how much ever effort you make, God's grace is also needed. So the question is, what is the effort? How long we have to do?
No, agree. The grace we need, but do we need to ask? The question is, do we need to ask?
Of course. Of course. Asking means not verbalizing it. But wanting itself is asking. Okay, so I think we will discuss.
Thank you so much.
I had already told the quiz people it will take a lot of time. Sorry for taking too much time. But I think we'll start the session with that Padyam so that, at least you all have an opportunity to discuss it and study it. Sai Ram, everyone. Will close the session today with Samastaloka prayer. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.